hasn't it? I'm also kind of keen to understand how that story is affecting the other big story. I speak to Bekele Woyecha now, who is the director of UK Welcome Refugees. Good evening. Thank you for being with us, Bekele. Can you give me a bit of a sense of if and how, this story about Gary Lineker is influencing the way that people view and think about the government's handling of the refugee issue?
First of all, to clarify, I was a former director of UK Welcome Refugees.
Forgive me.
Yes, it's just only to clarify. Yes, Gary Lineker has been actually one of the most important supporters of refugee welcome movement in this country. The fact that he has spoken on different platforms and using his platforms to really welcome those people who need protection, those people who need our assistance is a big deal. And he has also even welcomed a refugee to his home. So he is connected. Many people know him and regard him highly here in this country now. Mm-hmm. I have traveled across the United Kingdom, and I have heard a lot about and I know there are many people out there supporting what Gary has been doing, and so there are many people who welcome, that should be very clear, who welcome, who open their doors to welcome those people who need protection.
On that note then, Bekele, how have Gary Lineker's comments comparing the current government rhetoric to the rhetoric of 1930s Germany influenced that? Was that the right comparison to make, do you think, in your view?
Well, Gary is entitled to his opinion. That's very important. This is a country, where freedom of speech really is a big deal, and everybody's entitled. And he only mentioned 1930. We haven't gone into the details of 1930. What did happen in 1930? He didn't go in details. So I think it has been taken out of context. That's how I see it. But it's important that this. Important personality in the BBC, should have been allowed to speak his mind.
Right. He is also a controversial character, isn't he? I mean, he's a bit of a bogeyman, really, for some of the right-wing press, for the Mail and the Express and the Telegraph in particular, and some people who do like to give Gary Lineker a bit of a kick-in. Do you think, where does, and I suppose part of the culture war as well, I guess, is that helpful or unhelpful from your perspective?
Gary has always been vocal. Remember, he actually made his views very clear when he was in Qatar, and he has always been very honest. He's always been, upfront. And we need people like Gary to speak up. Even in the past 2 days, he said he would keep, speaking for those who are voiceless. There are many people who are voiceless, and really depend on people like Gary to speak up for them.
Okay.
So.
Yeah, sorry, carry on.
Yes, so we need people like him. If it's not Gary, and then who? If it's not today, then when? That's the question, Those people who have got the platform should speak for those who are actually suffering, from crisis around the world, because, there are reasons why people go into this, terrible journeys. There are always reasons behind.
And just one final point, Bruce. I'm sorry to interrupt. So I'm a little bit tight on time. No, I just want to try to understand the fact that this story has become about Gary Lineker, the tweet, and the BBC impartiality, the way that this has been handled, football, match of the day, commentators. Is that helpful or unhelpful to you trying to sell that message that you feel is really important to the British public?
There's something that should be very clear. The British public is so welcoming. It's welcomed me. It's welcomed many others. I've been a refugee in this country for quite a while. I've been welcomed. I know the British public up and down the country is kindly welcomed. But for the BBC, I don't think it's good, because BBC is respected around the world. And the story, the way it was handled, has highlighted the challenge the BBC is in.
Right. So you don't feel that it has diminished your cause or diminished your response in any way to the government's plan?
No.
Okay.
It is it's even awakened many others who are just saying, how can we help?
Okay, so it's brought more attention to it, I suppose. Okay, Bekele, thank you for your time tonight. Really nice to talk to you. Bekele Woyecha, who is a former director of UK Welcomes Refugees, with us on Times Radio tonight. Let's have a look at the